In the face! In the face! You know what? I didn't mind it. I didn't mind that Gideon got shot in the neck, or the face, or whatever he got shot in, because his character really need to die. For a narrative point of view, this was a guy who was like the only honest man in the whole show. Everyone in the show was in that gray area of morality, and this guy was like, he tried to do the right thing, and this show, if it teaches you anything, is that if you're a good guy, you're probably gonna get fucked. But he basically, from a narrative point of view, has ran his course. His company went belly up, so Elliot is never going to really interact with him that much. And if he didn't die, Mr. Robot would have killed him, which means that Elliot would have really killed him, and then they would have had to deal with getting rid of the body, and we've seen that it's a real like Ray Donovan kind of arc that we really don't need, and that's fine in Ray Donovan, but not in this show. So yeah, great, you know, let's put a little bit of a surprise ending in there, and then we can get rid of him, and then we can make room for some new characters, like Leon, who loves Seinfeld. I like Leon. I mean, he's a little bit one-dimensional, one beat, but I don't know. I laughed, I guess. Although I don't know. Part of me kind of wonders, like, is he real? Because nothing is reliable. It's like you have basically Elliot, who's telling us now, I don't trust you, the audience, so I'm not going to be completely honest with you. And on top of that, Mr. Robot is not being 100% straightforward with Elliot, so it's like between that and that, we really don't know what the fuck is going on. There's no transparency, and you kind of have to just go for the ride and wait for like the finale to find out what exactly is going on. I kind of feel like that was the rhythm with season 1, and it's very much going to be the rhythm in season 2, where little bits of kernels are going to be dropped, and it's not going to be until the finale that they're going to go back in time and revisit some things and realize, okay, so this is what's really happening, this is what you thought was happening, and here's like the gray area in between. Now, as far as the characters, Elliot, great. Kind of loved watching him lose his shit like a madman. Christian Slater, also great. I love how they didn't shy away from that. I love that we didn't have to wait for him to show up. They kind of put that onto the Tyrell character, and I prefer that over Christian Slater being like 3 episodes later. Tyrell, I thought he was kind of intriguing in the way that he was kind of shown. I do not think he's dead. Some people kind of think that maybe, you know, what if the phone call at the end is just Mr. Robot fucking with Elliot? I don't think so. I think they're gonna drag that out because it's probably the most compelling arc in the show at the moment. I kind of think that he might really be the one behind the burning of 5.9 million. I do remember that he hated the guy that dropped off the bag. It felt a little bit personal. And on top of that, I don't think Darlene would want to do that as badly as Tyrell would. And that's another thing too. I don't really know what is going on with F Society and E Corp, because on the one hand you have F Society, who is led by Darlene, and she's just like, well, we didn't do enough, we have to do more, and that entails cutting the balls off of a bull and breaking phones and breaking into people's houses and asking for ransom in a time when money is not really what it used to be. So I don't know what the objective is. I think she's kind of a flat, one-dimensional character, and I think at the moment she only serves the purpose of bringing Elliot back into the fold. It's like they're purposely trying to show her as a character who can't do what she's doing without Elliot, but it kind of makes it boring to watch her character. And the same could be said about Arlene, because, you know, until we get to that point where she's going to be conflicted with Darlene or Elliot, it's kind of a drag. She's listening to meditation tapes, you know, confidence is my power, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you really don't give a fuck. You spent the whole season hating on E Corp because your parents died, and now you're kind of just like, yeah, well, they fucking bought these shoes, alright? So, fuck you, and fuck the friends I had who got me there. Craig Robinson, I felt, kind of pulled me out of the episode a little bit. You know, I'm watching the scene and all I can hear in my head is like, take your panties off! And I just, I can't buy him as a real new character without seeing him for the persona that he's known for, unlike Christian Slater, who's a known actor that can be more versatile. But yeah, I think overall, even though it was a little bit slow, I thought it was a good episode of setting things up. And for that alone, it was good. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. But I would never go back to revisit it because it really doesn't tell you a whole lot. We know that Elliot is trying to go legit, but we know he's going to go back to being a hacker. We know that Tyrell is alive, which we kind of already suspected. The wife, Joanne, is into some kinky-ass shit. It's pretty interesting how Like, this is what she does when Tyrell is away. Listen, come over with a blindfold and a knife and some, you know, cuffs, and we're gonna get kinky. I think the whole Tyrell couple is kind of just there for shock value. I think they're really tapping into that American Psycho vein, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see where it goes. So, what did you think of this episode? Leave your favorite scene down below. Let me know what you thought. Comment, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, because you just got burned.